So today we're going to be taking a look at the Bitaxe Gammer 601. It was sent to me by Bitcoin Merch. We're just going to give it a check out and see how much power it actually uses, because they did advertise that it uses about 15 watts. So this is right in a way. It does use 15 watts of power. I've noticed this is on the lowest settings. So as you can see on my screen, we're running at the lowest settings, and you can see the power watt meter that I've got running plugged directly into the PowerPoint. There is a bit of wattage discrepancies. The watt meter from the wall says it should be running at 14.1 watts. On the system itself, it says it's running at 11.4. So there's a slight discrepancy there. Still very efficient. What we're going to do now is we're going to increase the speed of the miner, and we're going to put it at the standard settings. So this is the default settings that is recommended to use, and we'll see how many watts it uses and what speed it runs at on the default settings. So this is the settings that are probably recommended. You'll probably notice the fan will kick in and start getting louder. This is to start cooling the system a bit better. It usually takes like a minute to get going. So as you can see on the screen, temperature went up, voltage temperatures went up a little bit as well, and fan speed is slowly increasing. Now you can get a stand for these. This one here, I'm just using one of my Bitcoin Nerd Miner cases opened up. It is recommended that you use something to mount it on, because there is a like a voltage regulator on the back which does heat up a lot. So it's recommended that you have something to stand it in. Luckily these cases, they have a little opening at the back where it can sit and not touch any plastic or anything that could cause any issues. So we've ramped up. As you can see, it's climbing in the hashes, and we've got so far 17.7 watts the system says, and 24.1 watts for what the watt meter says. It says here we should be expecting 1.07 terahashes is what it should get to. Now it does ramp up to this level because I have been running it for 20 minutes or so, and what I've seen is it will run close to that. I've actually seen it go above that. So my calculations, I've done a quick calculation on what it actually does use per terahash. In a previous video, which I'll link up the top here, you'll see that I said, based on the stats and thinking it was going to be over 1 terahash, that it usually uses about 12.5 watts per terahash. It probably now uses about 22 watts per terahash, which is still very efficient considering the Nerd Miner 2s. If you were to run one of them at the same sort of terahash level, it can't, but if you were, it would be running at 14,000 watts per terahash. So very inefficient, the Nerd Miner 2s, but still good to get started because they only use 1 watt of power. So don't use much power at all, but inefficient if you were having a full-scale mining rig and mining in a pool. So as you can see here, we've surpassed our hash rate, and it's slowly growing. 17.9 watts it shows on the system, 24.3 it shows on the wall. So there is a bit of discrepancy there. Still a very efficient miner to run, so it's a good one to get started. Won't make you too much in a pool. It's still quite low, maybe a couple cents a day if you're lucky, if you're running it constantly, but still for the amount of wattage that a light bulb would run, it's not too bad. And you can overclock these if you change your fan, upgrade a few different components. You can overclock them a bit more and you'll run it a bit higher. Still won't make you a millionaire overnight, but still a good fun project to run. Anyway, that's a bit of information for the Bitaxe Gammer 601. If you want to purchase one of these, you can check out the links below through Bitcoin Merch. And if you use my discount code, which we listed below, you also save an extra additional money if you decide to purchase something. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.